Three logicians tell a warden they have wrongly been imprisoned. The warden suspects they are innocent, but wants to check they actually are logicians capable of perfect reasoning. The warden devises a game. He lines up the prisoners in order, prisoner 1, prisoner 2, and prisoner 3, and he has them facing a brick wall. Prisoner 1 can see prisoners 2 and 3, prisoner 2 can see prisoner 3, and prisoner 3 is only facing the brick wall. The warden has 3 red hats and 2 blue hats. A hat will be placed on each prisoner's head, randomly chosen. The warden tells all of them, from the 3 red and blue hats, I have placed a hat on each of your heads. Obviously, you can see the hats that are in front of you, but you can't see the color of your own hat. If any one of you can correctly solve for your hat color, I will let all of you free. Otherwise, you will all stay as my prisoners. The warden then asks each of them in turn. He asks, Prisoner 1, do you know your hat color? Prisoner 1 replies, I don't know. The warden then asks Prisoner 2, do you know your hat color? Prisoner 2 replies, I don't know. Finally, the warden asks, Prisoner 3, do you know your hat color? Prisoner 3 replies, I know. So the question is, what was Prisoner 3's hat color, and how did he know? These logic puzzles always have a sense of impossibility to them. How could hearing, I don't know, from prisoners 1 and 2 lead to Prisoner 3 knowing his hat color? The key is that the setup of the problem, and each prisoner's response, is actually providing information to Prisoner 3. So let's see how this works out, step by step. We will get started by focusing on the different ways the hats could be placed on the 3 prisoners' heads. We have 3 red hats and 2 blue hats. But for a moment, let's just ignore that restriction and say we have an unlimited amount of red and blue hats. Each prisoner can have either a red or blue hat, which is one of 2 choices, and there are 3 prisoners. So there will be 2 times 2 times 2, which equals 8 possibilities. One possibility will be 3 red hats. Another possibility will be 2 red hats and 1 blue hat. The blue hat could be placed on prisoner 3, prisoner 2, or prisoner 1. We could also have 2 blue hats and 1 red hat. The red hat could be placed on prisoner 3, prisoner 2, or prisoner 1. We could also have all 3 blue hats. So these are the only ways we can place red and blue hats on the 3 prisoners. Now, in this puzzle, we know that 3 hats are selected from 2 blue hats and 3 red hats. So it would not be possible to have 3 blue hats on the 3 prisoners' heads. We can exclude this possibility. But the other 7 possibilities are possible ways that we could pick 3 hats from 3 red hats and 2 blue hats. So now let's start reasoning with prisoner 1. Let's consider one of the cases. Imagine we are in the case of red, blue, blue. That's a red hat on prisoner 1, and blue hats on prisoners 2 and 3. Prisoner 1 sees a blue hat on prisoner 2 and a blue hat on prisoner 3. Is there anything prisoner 1 could conclude from that? Well, prisoner 1 can consider all 7 of these possibilities and look for cases where there is a blue hat on prisoner 2 and a blue hat on prisoner 3. Prisoner 1 will look through all of the possibilities and see there is only one case where he would be seeing 2 blue hats. So if it were the case that the hats were red, blue, blue, prisoner 1 would be able to identify the case and say that his hat must be red. He would reply, I know. But as it is, we know prisoner 1 replied, I don't know. So we can exclude this possibility. It is not possible that the hats placed were red, blue, blue. So there are only 6 cases to consider. Now let's think about prisoner 2. Imagine that prisoner 3 had a blue hat. Prisoner 2 would see the blue hat, consider the 6 possible cases, and see which cases have a blue hat. There will only be 2 possible cases. It will be red, red, blue, or blue, red, blue. But in both of these cases, prisoner 2 is wearing a red hat. If prisoner 3 were wearing a blue hat, and prisoner 1 had said, I don't know, prisoner 2 would have been able to correctly reason. I am wearing a red hat, and I know my hat color. But we know that prisoner 2 replied, I don't know. So these 2 cases are also not possible. This finally brings us to prisoner 3. Prisoner 3 has heard I don't know, and knows there are only 4 possible cases remaining. Now, in each of these cases, there must be a red hat on the 3rd prisoner. So prisoner 3 will reply, I know, and my hat color is red. If you enjoyed wrapping your head around this, drop a vote in the community poll on what kind of puzzle we should tackle next. Don't forget to subscribe for more math shortcuts and logic breakdowns.